All right, welcome to the Down East Prep Report. I'm Steve Goodson, and with me is co-host Chris Miller. Today, we're going to the pitch. It's a full soccer edition of Down East Prep Report as we reveal the 2026 All-Area Girls Soccer Player of the Year, which if you're looking at the video right now, it's revealed. Kamrey Watkins, Richlands High School. Congratulations, Kamrey.
Thank you.
And we'll also reveal our all-area teams. Joining us and joining Kamrey, I can't say senior anymore because you graduated now, right?
Yes,
You're
sir.
like out of the high school thing. Joining us, still at the high school thing, head coach Mike Roed. Mike, thanks for joining us again, buddy. I appreciate you guys coming. I know it's summertime, but appreciate you guys joining us to sit down and talk with us today.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So before we get into revealing the rest of the all area team, Chris, I'm going to do what we've done for all the other spring sports shows before we've gotten into the area teams. I want you covered the soccer. Oh, and here comes Millie. Here we go. Come on, Billy. You've covered soccer from the start of the season to the end. Give us a quick recap. We just had some really outstanding girls soccer teams in the area this spring, and so just talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think the season was highlighted by having two area teams make it to the state finals. Dixon and Jacksonville. Congratulations to both the Bulldogs and Cardinals. Fell a little short in the state final, not due to a lack of effort, but they just ran into some tough teams. Hickory and Charlotte Catholic. Congratulations to those two programs for winning state championships. But great seasons for the Cardinals and Bulldogs nonetheless. Richlands continued to play at a high level. Had some young players step up as well. Croatan, I think they're going to be a dangerous team going forward. They proved to be a dangerous team as well. East Duplin won a East Central Conference title and win a couple rounds in the playoffs. So, and then Lejeune won its conference title and then made it a couple rounds deep in the 2A playoffs. So White Oak had had a decent team. Northside's always going to compete. So we had some pretty good soccer.
Just really good soccer like we normally do.
And
maybe a couple teams that exceeded previous years' performances.
Yep. And so we got done watching the area young ladies do their thing, and now we're watching World Cup soccer for the next month or so.
That's awesome. Well, let's hop in. Let's hop in and go over the team so we can get to why everyone's really watching, and that's talking to Kamrey and Coach. So let's pop in and we'll look at the all area team.
Yeah.
And I'll let you, like we've done this whole time, I'll let you be the MC, and I will just I'll be Vanna. I'll turn the card, Vanna White, or I will advance.
I've been dubbing it All Area FC. It's kind of a play on what they do. So and Coach, you know what I've tried to do the last several years, or since I've been doing this for many years. I try to keep it a traditional formation, but there's times where we have 5 forwards or 6 forwards, and you can't not leave those players out. So, like I said before, that's the beauty of having it my all area team. I can kind of bend the rules and add players if I need to, and kind of go from there. So,
so what you're saying is this: even though this is technically the Daily News all area team, it's actually the Chris Miller all area team. Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Now that we've got that straight, Mike, Coach. Now that we've got that straight, we know what the deal is, right? Okay.
So if I don't like the team, I can call him up and bellyache about it, and then he'll probably tell me what I can do about that.
All right.
But sticking with defense first, Ava Burns, first team all area goalkeeper. What can we say about her? She held her own and handled her business in goal. This is her second straight year as the first team all area goalkeeper. Along the back line, you have junior Lizzie Capps. This is her second time as a first teamer. Tiana Green, senior defender, her second time as a first teamer, and then Katie Nelson, senior. This is her second time as a first teamer. So have you kind of noticed the trend?
Yeah, there's a trend. Dixon kids and seniors, but and what was Lizzie all state as well? or was not. I know Ava and Katie were.
Yeah.
but was Lizzie all state as well?
I can't remember, Coach. I don't.
I don't think she was. Maybe no. It was the Getman
Yeah,
girl for
yeah,
Dixon.
yeah.
Okay, but I mean, two of those four were all state performers. So I mean, obviously have to be in consideration for all area if you're going to make all state,
Yeah.
right?
So, and then obviously, you have to have the first team all area team. You have to have Mia Wells. Just continue, and this is her second time being a first team all area defender. I mean, she just Coach, she just plays hard.
Yeah, she does.
Great kid. I mean, I never met her until she came on here on the show with you guys this spring. Great girl. Great kid. Got big things ahead of her. She's going to UNC Pembroke, right, Coach?
Pembroke, yes.
And there were times that you put her up in the attack when y'all really needed a goal, and the defenses were focused on Kamrey. You moved Mia up on the attack, and she did some good things for y'all.
Yeah, she did. She's very talented. We're going to miss her very, very much.
You know, I think the young lady that really kind of came, had a breakthrough season for y'all was Layla Chamberlain, and sophomore midfielder, scored 17 goals, had 30 assists. So she
Because you have a forward like this.
Yeah, I might could have that many. Yeah, feed the beast, right? Feed
That's
the
right.
beast.
That's right.
But again, look. Go ahead, because you're on number 2. Go ahead.
yeah, but 17 goals, 30 assists. I mean, Layla had a solid season for y'all.
Yeah. Layla really started taking off. She really started picking up on the game and playing at a really high level. And she did great for us in the midfield. It might have been her first season, I think. Well, she's only a sophomore, but last year she was nagged by injuries. And so that kind of stopped her a few games. This year she made it through with no injuries. So, yeah, she had a really good season. Looking forward to 2 more years with Layla.
And Steve, we mentioned Lily Getman, an all-stater. This is her second time first teamer, 10 goals, 22 assists. But she just does a great job controlling the midfield for the Dixon Bulldogs. And she can play defense, she can score goals, she can pass the ball. So she does a little bit of everything for the Bulldogs. And then you have Riley Morrow. She's also a first teamer for the second time. Only had 3 goals, but had 15 assists. And again, I mean, just was one of those players that helped control the midfielder and kind of made that Jacksonville engine go. So she can definitely be one of the better players on the pitch for 80 minutes without scoring a goal.
Yeah, and Mia and Lily, all state once again, right? And Riley was not all state. I don't think. Who was the other kid from Jacksonville that was also
Ryder Perry?
Okay, Ryder Perry coming up. Yeah, coming up. But yeah, so again, two of these 4 players all state.
Yep. And then Ava Stevens, very much like Riley Morrow, can control the field and kind of be a quarterback. And she doesn't necessarily have to score goals or even have that assist to operate things in the middle. But Ava had 9 goals, 4 assists. This is her second time as a first team all area player. So I was just really impressed with what she was able to bring to Cardinals the last few years. You have Emma Davis, senior forward for the Bulldogs, 24 goals, 6 assists. Really provided that senior leadership that propelled them to the state final. Lejeune, junior forward, Scarlett McLean. She had 60 goals, 13 assists. This is her second time as a first all area first teamer for the Devil Pups. We mentioned Ryder Perry, senior forward, 21 goals, 13 assists. This is her third time as a first time first teamer all area player. Anna Marie Rodriguez, Free Stupland, junior forward, 30 goals, 9 assists. She was the catalyst for their team that won a conference championship.
Yeah, and I'll chime in here. I did, obviously, I popped these in. You gave them to me, but I do a little research because I just like to be knowledgeable about what's going on. This girl's going to be good, man. I mean, she's good now, but I mean, she had a really good season for East Duplin. She was all state as well. I mean, she just had a really good year. Obviously, I think she was player of the year in that conference as well. So I don't know what else East Duplin had. They made a little run into playoffs, but didn't watch her play, didn't see any film, but just did a lot of reading. And whoever wrote about her was her PR person, because it was I mean, just a lot of really good things that I read about her.
Yep. And then I mentioned Croatan and how dangerous I think they're going to be going forward. Caitlin Sickles, she's a junior forward, was actually a freshman on the Jacksonville team that won the state title a couple years ago. Her family moved to the Croatan area, and that move allowed her to kind of establish an identity at Croatan. But she's going to be really good next year as a senior. But she had 33 goals, 8 assists as a junior forward this year. And then we got
someone we recognize, right?
Yeah, someone we recognize. I think we might have heard about her before. Kamrey Watkins, senior forward for the Richlands Wildcats, third-time first teamer, 60 goals, 11 assists, and the 60 goals. And the 60 goals tied the Onslow County record. And given that the strength of schedule that the that the Richlands Wildcats play. She earned it. She definitely deserves all the recognition because of her hard work and her production on the field, and it's just a great young lady to be able to recognize. So Kamrey, congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. And of course, all three of these were all state. The Sickle girl from Croatan, so that's awesome. So let's go into the second team real quick.
Coach,
we're coming back to you for more. Don't worry. we're gonna get more out of you here shortly.
Second team goalkeeper Abby, Coach, you and I have talked about her before. She had some adversity the first couple years, and then really battled through those to get that starting spot back. And but she had a good season for y'all. Kennedy Bennett is a junior defender, actually had 18 goals, so she was a little bit all over the place, all over the field for the Pirates.
Swansboro maybe a little down this year as opposed to years past,
but they were still a dangerous team. Those girls continued to play hard.
Okay.
Tiana Lee for Richlands had 1 goal but 8 assists. She played well for y'all this year, Coach. Alexa Luna, a junior defender for Northside, played hard. Dana Summer, one of those players that maybe not pass the bus test when you see her, but she plays hard. Dana plays hard, and she was another key figure in that back for the Dixon Bulldogs. Addison Davis, 13 goals, 6 assists, sophomore midfielder for the Pirates. Addison DeGeorge, sophomore midfielder, 17 goals, 10 assists for the Cougars. Allie Lohman, sophomore midfielder, 17 goals, 10 assists for Dixon. Raylan Muniz, senior, 24 goals for White Oak. Caroline Doyle, 12 goals, 5 assists for for Jacksonville, junior forward. Really came on strong late in the season and in the playoffs for the Cardinals. Sloan Gitchery, freshman, 14 goals for Dixon. Brianne Sanchez, White Oak sophomore forward, 24 goals, 13 assists. She'll be even better going forward. And then Brianna Weiss, sophomore forward, 11 goals, 9 assists for the Dixon Bulldogs. So a lot of these girls probably could have made first team. Probably won't make first team. The next couple of years or so.
Before next slide, Coach, I want to ask you. You faced a lot of these players on first and second team. Give me a little feedback on your thoughts. Not necessarily, I mean, you can highlight players if you want to, but just the quality of talent that exists in Onslow County and in our community.
I definitely, if you take that group right there, or both of those teams, you win a state, you win a few games.
Yeah. I mean, we've been blessed, man.
They are very talented young soccer players. I mean, they can play.
Yeah.
Both teams. Both of them are very highly competitive. They're skilled. They're well coached. I mean, I think the coaches in Onslow County are the best coaches in the state, and they're good.
There's a mix of seniors, but again, a lot of underclassmen, a lot of folks coming back next year.
Yep.
I didn't realize. I'm sorry. So we still got the 13. My bad.
And that's just something I've I've had to do the last several years for different sports, have a third team, because you want to recognize athletes who had great seasons and played their part, but people may think that it's watered down, but I like being able to acknowledge the athletes. And again, third team is that this is going to be some solid players as well. Haley, junior goalkeeper, her first year as a starter, played well, came up some big saves. Landry Clifton, a great athlete for Croatan, multi-sport athlete. Jane Gwynn, for Lejeune, was one of those team leaders that helped them do their thing. I really think Maddie Hagler for Jacksonville is going to be a great senior defender next year for Cardinal. She was kind of a role player this year, but is gonna be good as a senior. Same thing for Josephine Nunu for Jacksonville. Freshman defender, her first year. I think she's gonna having another year under her belt of experience is gonna bode well for her.
Is she related to the
Bella? Yes.
Bella? Okay,
yes.
Good deal.
Yep. And then Ada Hafner, senior defender for Southwest, was just a hard nosed player. Haley Smith for Dixon, same thing, just hard nosed player that just played well for the Bulldogs. JC for Lejeune, a junior captain for the Devil Pups, skilled player for them. And you talk about midfielders. Alexa Cole doesn't really have the goals and assists, but was a team leader and just played well in the midfield. And again, one of those players that doesn't necessarily have to have the stats to make a big impact. And she played a big impact for the Dixon Bulldogs. East Duplin, Sosa Hernandez. She again, one of those players that played well behind the scenes. Izzy Maxwell, great athlete for White Oak, freshman. Great runner, track and field and cross country runner. She'll have a bright future ahead for the Vikings. Paris McAllister, she played well for you guys, Coach. I mean, she as a sophomore, and I know she had some great passes, assists for y'all this year as a midfield. Jocelyn for East Duplin, one of the leading scorers for the Panthers. Sienna, an experienced player for the Jacksonville Cardinals, and then Viviana for Northside, was one of the senior leaders for Northside. So you take this third team, and they could do some damage.
Again, a lot of several seniors on this team, but there's some underclassmen, and that's the kind of a good mixture. Again, all three teams, seniors, underclassmen. So again, high level soccer. This is a senior right here, right? She ain't coming back, at least here.
Yeah.
You want to talk about this?
Yeah. I mean, we watched this young lady handle her business for 4 years, but really, I think she really came on really strong as a sophomore, and then just kind of kept on getting better and better and better, and then now she's going to graduate as as an all-time great. So, Coach, you're gonna miss her, aren't you?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Not only as a soccer player, but as a person, I'm going to miss Watkins.
Yeah.
And I think we've got a question in there about that. Kamrey, I'll tell you what, it just impresses me of this. Not obviously all area twice player of the year, 3 times all state. That's great. And also, the 3-time player of the year in the conference. I mean, conference, great conference. I mean, I know a lot of the, the conference that you guys are in, a lot of the area teams are in that conference, but it also, extends to a little more area. West Carteret comes in that conference and whatnot. So just a great career. So congratulations once again, 2nd time all area player of the year, and you're heading to UNCW.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That is awesome.
I think the only bad thing we can say about Kamrey Watkins is that she can't keep her phone out of the
I was going to say that's the only potentially bad thing is that her phone is she got it out, but it did find better days. So great all area team soccer. Let's get into why everybody's watching the show. So we're going to lob questions back and forth to you guys, alternate. And Chris, I think you'll start, man. So go ahead.
So Kamrey, so I remember talking to you about your rewards and how you put that stuff in perspective. And you mentioned your coaching staff, you mentioned your teammates, you mentioned your family, your religion, your faith. Where does all that come from? Because you don't see a lot of really great players have that selfless approach to life. Where did that perspective come from?
Well, those are all my most important things. Like God's number one, family's right behind them, teammates, coaches, friends. They all are in like that most important spot in my life. And that's just always been a big part of my life. It's just those people right there.
Coach, you realize you told me that Kamrey didn't even know when she scored her 100th high school goal. What does that tell you? Because a lot of kids keep track of their numbers and, hey, how many goals, how many points I've scored. She doesn't really pay attention to that stuff. I mean, what does that say about the kid?
Well, Kamrey she just plays. She doesn't look at the stats. She doesn't. I mean, she knows she's scoring goals, but she does it because she loves it. Not that she doesn't do it for the glory and everything else. She just does it because soccer's a part of her. Like it's ingrained in her that she just loves to play.
She does it because that's what you're supposed to do with soccer, right?
Yeah.
You're supposed to score goals, and that's just how she does it, right?
Yeah, and she
That's
does it
awesome.
well.
Yeah,
she does it real well.
Yeah,
And Steve, I got a quick question for you, Kamrey.
Yeah.
Was there ever a time, because you probably played soccer for many years.
Yes,
Was
sir.
there ever a time where you weren't scoring goals and where you were a defender or a goalkeeper, or have you always been a striker that scored a lot of goals?
Let me ask, before you answer that question, if you played defense at some point in time in your life, I want to know who your coach was, because I'm going to call them up and I'm going to prank call them because they never should have had you on defense. I'm just messing. Go ahead.
Was there ever a time that you weren't a striker scoring goals?
I actually played midfield for my club team a few times, but mainly my spot that I always play in is up top though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a picture of her when at senior night they do baby pictures.
Yeah.
And she's dribbling into a small goal and her hands are already up, just like she, so. I'm not sure how old she was when she did it, but it was always there.
Started early.
Yes, it did.
Started early. That's awesome. So you didn't know about the 100th goal, but so also the 60 goal season this season, tying the Onslow County single season record. Again, you probably didn't, but did you even know you were close to the mark? Now that's kind of building, and you're seeing your single stats. Did you know that you were close to that mark, or focusing on something different?
Mid-season, I found out I was close to it. Coach Andy told me that I could possibly get close to tying it, possibly beating it. So that was in the back of my mind. But going into games, I just focused on the games, and winning the games, and with my teammates.
That's great. Coach, you watched Kamrey grow from her sophomore year when she was really starting to, started setting goals. And what was the turning point when you knew this girl's something special?
I think it was at a practice one day, and some of the guys had come out to practice, and she took some on and she scored, and she just was like wanting to do 1v1s against the guys and everything like that. And so I think we had a conversation right after it that if you're going to go above everybody else, because there's a lot of good players in Onslow County, and Kamrey and I had the conversation about those players, and we said the next step is if you go and you want to start getting stronger and you need to go to lifting weights, you need to start doing a lot more agilities, you need to start doing those type of things. And then I think she said she didn't think her dad was going to let her do it. And then she came back the next week and she was really excited that her dad had said, yes, she can start doing it. She started going to the warehouse.
Awesome.
And I think that's about when it really started to explode, that all of a sudden she just went from being good to being like the best. Like she was the player of the conference.
So let me ask another question. This is all script, but Coach, when you were talking, I was just thinking about Kamrey Player of the Year, and you mentioned the guys coming out there. And Chris, you probably can answer this question. This season, you got the Player of the Year for the boys and the Player of the Year for the girls. You think about that? I mean, did you think about that?
No, I haven't really thought about it. I just know I have good players.
Yeah, you got good players, but he had the.
We all know it's Chris Miller.
Yeah,
it's Chris Miller's team.
It's Chris Miller. So you've got to know. So you have the boys Player of the Year and now the girls Player of the Year. Man, I know you don't do it because of that, and I know you do it because you love it. But talk about that real quick, man. That's got to feel good inside, man.
About
Just knowing that your teams are performing and they're individual awards, but that your teams are performing at high levels to the point that they're getting recognized. Obviously, you're doing team things, but you're grooming players, man, that are going to go on and play at the next level.
I think I've changed the way I've coached the last couple of years to more of a competitive play every game. So small sided games, which players that are very competitive and they really, get so much better when you're doing games like that.
Yeah.
And so, and we've always invited the guys and the girls to train together. And so, your top notch players, that's what they do.
Yeah.
They train with.
They want to train with the best, whether they're
Correct.
male or female.
Correct.
Yeah.
And Zay and Kamrey are very competitive together when they play on opposite teams of who scores goals during training sessions.
Nice.
So do you have her and Isaiah go?
Oh yeah. So, well, against each other.
Yeah.
Like Isaiah will play the center forward for one team, and Cam will play up top on the other team, and and they'll talk to each other about what move they just did, or how did you do that?
That's great, man.
How did you get that shot off? And they talk.
So Kamrey's gonna be twice area player of the year. Isaiah has another year. So Isaiah, if you're watching, pressure's on you to
Pressure on you coming up, bud. Exactly.
Yeah. But Kamrey, you told me that you don't really look at training and the hard work as grueling and as punishment. It's fun. I mean, you enjoy going out there. You enjoy the process. How do you keep that mindset where, because I know it can practice, training, working out, lifting weights can probably get a little boring sometimes. How do you keep it fresh where it doesn't get too boring, and how do you keep it fun?
Well, like I said, it's always training and practicing's always been really fun to me. But there's still some days where it's still mentally and like physically tiring. But I think God just uses that as a challenge for me and to challenge me to strive to be better and strive to work harder, have more dedication to get better. And through those challenges, I feel like I look up to him, or pray to God to help me get through those days. And I really just seek to him to help me be a better player and become a better person with that.
So, Coach, so you went to the third round. You went 18-6, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Had a good conference record, a strong conference. Talk about the process, because we all know how great of a player she is, and we want Kamrey to score goals, but the other girls had their jobs too. So how do you make sure that, hey, we're feeding the ball to Kamrey, but the other girls make sure they're contributing too? I mean, was there
Well, I think we always keep it pretty much as a team sport, and we're just saying that Kamrey's at the end of the process of getting to her. She's just at the right spot, or you guys have just hitting her, or she's been able to do that, and you can see some of the other ones that when they were in the right spots, they finished. Like Layla ended up with 17 goals. I think Paris got 10 or 12 goals on the season. But we always kept it that, hey, this is going, it's through the team that, they've got to win the ball. They got to pass the ball. Kamrey's got to make the right run, or we've got to make the right run type thing. So it's just that we just kind of kept it focused. Like it's just the team that's actually scoring the goals rather than an individual.
Yeah.
So Kamrey, we know you didn't know it when it was going on, the 100th goal. But that game, you had 5 goals and you had assists. It was the big thing for you was it was a win over East Duplin. But as you stepped away from it, you found out later, hey, 100 goals. Tell me what you thought about it. I mean, that had to be kind of cool, didn't it?
Yes, sir. It was. I actually found out during the game. I didn't know I was going to get the 100 goal.
Yeah.
Like coming into the game, or that was even close to it going in. But whenever I did score it, a lot of my teammates and
they knew it did.
friends,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
They knew it more than you. I mean, and they probably told you, right?
Right. As soon as I scored it, they were all shouting 100 goals. So I'm really blessed to have really supportive players and teammates.
That's amazing. I'd have been like, I mean, we would have stopped it right then. I mean,
correct me if I'm wrong. It wasn't until they really put the banner on then they put a banner on the thing.
They did. They put
goal.
a banner, and then everyone started like.
And then that's when she looked over there and she's like, You could tell that she was shocked that
That's
she had
awesome.
scored the 100th goal.
Yeah,
Like, oh
man.
my gosh.
That's just so awesome. So, Coach, you mentioned that she stays after practice by herself, calls to open the track so she can run, which you had a great season. A track, you were all conference, I think, in track this year as well, if I recall. How does that kind of self motivation change the dynamic of coaching her? She's self motivated, so I would think you're not having to,
Well, I have to challenge players
You
like
probably
that
have to call it-
mentally more than
Yeah.
physically and everything like that. So, I mean, I'll take them out and I'll say something to them like, are you going to score a goal, or are we just going to sit here and watch you miss all the time? And then I'll put her right back in, and then all of a sudden she'll score 2 or 3 goals, and then she'll kind of look at me, or like I'll throw the hat in because she got a hat trick, and she'll like nod. Or
Have you ever had to tell her, maybe in practice or to, hey, throttle it back a little bit?
I wouldn't ever do that.
You know, okay. I mean, I just no.
I tell everybody to pick it up.
Oh, I know, but I mean, sometimes you're, especially with a player as talented as her, she's going sometimes wide open. Hopefully, the other players around her step up and do the same thing. But there may be times when they just may be dragging a little bit, or maybe you ever thought maybe risking an injury or something like that. I just didn't know if you've ever,
Yeah, I haven't.
You know,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's other
I mean, you see what I'm
coaches
saying?
around that'll
Yeah.
say, "Hey, slow down so you don't get hurt."
Yeah.
But I usually, when Kamrey or other players are at that level playing really hard, I'll make a comment to the defenders
Yeah.
like, "Are we just gonna? Should I just get out the manis and put the manis up there, or you guys are going to actually play?" And
so her
usually
performance-
me or someone like that will go, "Okay," and then it'll be on. Then it's like, okay.
Yeah. So her performance is an instrument for you to challenge potential other players.
Oh, yeah.
To step up and motivate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Coach,
awesome.
let me ask you this. So when you do that, when you say, well, Kamrey, are you just going to sit around? Are you going to score goals? Or, hey, defenders, are you going to stop? You're going to play hard? Do the players ever come back and say, well, are you going to give us off tomorrow? Or
No, I don't.
I think they might think that, but I don't think they've ever asked.
Hey,
I don't think they will be that bold.
I'll score a goal. Will you let us have off?
Yeah, I don't think.
No.
No, and Kamrey, just kind of going back to all the accolades that you've accomplished in 4 years. Do you ever sit down and be like, I can't believe, all of this has happened my way? And I mean, do you ever kind of talk with your family or friends about, how am I this blessed? I mean, do you ever have those conversations or have those thoughts?
Yeah, I'm really blessed and thankful that God kept me safe and healthy and was able to practice and train to help me accomplish those goals. So I'm really blessed He gave me the opportunity to accomplish His goals.
What was it like going into your freshman year from Trexler Middle School? What was it like? I mean, did you envision, I'm going to come in, I'm going to be, the leading scorer in Wildcat history? Did you ever think that, or?
No, I didn't. I just wanted to come in and do the best that I could and hopefully stay safe and not get hurt. But I never came in thinking that I was going to accomplish His goals. So,
Coach, is there anything that makes her mad?
Yeah.
Well, what are you going to miss about her other than the goals and the play? Kamrey Watkins as a young lady, as a person, what are you going to miss most?
I think I'm going to miss just talking with her about her faith and her strength, how much she puts God first in her life. And she's just a really good person. I mean, when you get to know Kamrey Watkins, she's just fun to be around. And I don't know, her and I don't just talk about soccer. We talk about other things, and, it's just going to miss her.
Yeah.
Gonna miss her.
I get that. So, Kamrey, you're heading to UNCW in the fall. And first of all, let me just tell you kudos, because we've had the opportunity to talk to a lot of really good players in the fall and the wintertime and spring that are going off to college and, to play sports at the next level. And I know your mom and daddy are happy because UNCW is about 45 minutes to an hour away from Jacksonville or from Onslow County. and they're going to be able to get down there and see you play when you start, when you start playing. And I say that because I tell kids, you need to go where you want to go, right? But you got to remember, your mom and daddy has been part of your journey. And it's been a journey. It's been a family journey for you to do that. So kudos for that, going to UNCW.
You gotta let the mom and dad have their fun too.
You got to let the mom have. We were talking to the little girl from lacrosse from Croatan, and she's only a sophomore, going to be a junior, and she has a lot of schools potentially on her list. Some are on the West Coast of the United States, and some and I mentioned it to her, not on air but off air, and her mom was like, "Yeah, that's what we told her. She goes to Stanford or whatever. We're going to be watching her on the computer. Now, if that's where she wants to go, we want her to go there. But it's interesting. And Coach, I know you've seen that a lot. So that was just a sidebar. Let me get my question. What do you feel like you still need to prove, if anything, at the next level?
I feel like I definitely need to still prove to the coach at UNCW that I am still wanting to be on the team and still working hard to be a good player on the team and to play with his program.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure he knows that I am able to be on his team and play with his program and teammates.
Have you got your summer workouts yet already? They sent those to you?
I do, yes, sir.
Are they pretty intense?
The running and lifting, yes, they are.
Okay. Coach, this is my last question. Then he's got a couple for you guys. And I hate to say the word this like this, but what does the program do to replace someone like Kamrey Watkins, or is that even possible?
Yeah, I don't think you can replace a player at that level.
Yeah,
with guys or the girls or any program. And Kamrey, you can't replace her. I mean, you
can put somebody in that position.
You hope the process and the program that you've created there over time kind of develops the other players to be able to play at a high level. And I think over the times you can see that Richlands have had some great players and stuff like that, and we've been competitive with other schools, with everybody else. So I think the seed is already in there and planted on how to win games.
Yeah.
Just hopefully some players will just step up and when they had their moments, like Kamrey had her moments, that they're able to put them in.
Yeah, and kudos, and he's got questions, but kudos to you, man. Known you for a long time, since my boy was 9 years old, and he guest played with you guys with Sylvester and John Hayden down in Wilmington. But I've known you for a long time. You've done a great job over the years at Richlands, both boys and girls, and you produced some really great players, great teams, great kids.
Yes.
Most importantly, great kids, and it always seems like just one more player, one more break here or there, and Richlands is winning the state championship in soccer, boys or girls, man. So kudos to you.
Thank you.
So, Kamrey, I remember you talking to me about you wanted your teammates to know that you loved them and that you appreciated them. What did this group of girls mean to you as a player, but also outside the field?
Well, they've always been my best friends. Like growing up with them, we've always played soccer together. So growing up, we just became really good friends with one another. And we've always supported each other throughout the years of playing soccer. And they've always supported me. So I'm going to be excited to see how well they do in their next upcoming years of playing soccer. And I'm excited to support them throughout their years too.
Coach, one last thing for you. What's your message to the players coming back next year who spent the last couple of years watching Kamrey lead by example? How are you firing them up?
Well, I think just them knowing that Kamrey's not going to be there is firing them up enough that they know they're going to have to step up to score, because when Kamrey wasn't on the field, or we practiced without her or we played without her, we had hard times trying to score goals. We were able to move and defend. We just had a hard. So hopefully they take a note on how hard she worked in the off season, and they are working. They're working towards replacing or doing just as well as she did. Which we have some of them that are training in the morning time with the guys now.
Okay. So Paris and Layla, no pressure, but score more goals next year, right?
Yeah, create more goals. Yeah.
All right. You got anything else before rapid fire?
I'll have a couple additional
Hey, rapid fire.
Yep.
Okay. Rapid fire. We're going to rotate. I'm going to start with you. Left foot or right foot or both?
I feel like I'm more like focused on my left foot. I'm really right-footed, but I feel like I'm way more focused with my left foot, and I've definitely scored more goals with my left foot this season than right foot.
Cool. Goals or clean sheet?
Ooh, I'm a defensive player.
I know you are.
Back in the days, but I do love some goals.
That's a tough one, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say clean sheet.
Okay, cool.
Kamrey, your favorite goal of the season?
Probably against Ashley with the header. I really, me and Layla, I feel like we just clicked that game, and that was just a really good goal. I like that one, and a good assist from Layla.
Yeah, Coach, best team performance of the year. What was the one fixture that y'all really was the best throughout them?
The best, or I think the Northside game, just how hard we battled at the Northside game going down, and we just never lost focus. Even like during halftimes when teams like in the past have like fallen down at halftime, you hear a lot of little bickering, a lot of little, not positive stuff. But I thought this team right here, even though we were down and things weren't going right, it was all positive. Everything was positive. And then, it just happened that we scored, I think, 5 goals in the.
That's awesome.
And the piggyback off that, I forgot what game it was, but I think y'all were down 1-0. Might have been a playoff game. Y'all were down 1-0. Things weren't working well, and I think there was halftime and all that thing, and halftime at the game. And you know who comes up and gets a drink of water and he goes, "Hey, Mr. Chris, how are you doing?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm doing good, Kamrey, but don't worry about me. Worry about your game right now." And that just shows the type of young lady she is. That it was. She gets the bigger picture.
Right.
Right.
All right, Kamrey. Toughest goalkeeper you faced this season?
Oh, that's a hard one. I feel like I had to think about that.
All right. You think about it. I'm coming to you. Toughest opponent on your schedule this past season?
Outside of conference or in both?
Either
Doesn't matter.
Either or.
I would say Dixon.
Okay.
I would say Dixon. I think Dixon this season, player position wise, they were solid.
They were solid.
They were solid all the way around. They didn't have too many weaknesses on that team.
Okay. Toughest goalkeeper?
Probably Swansboro. I feel like we had like a lot of shots against Swansboro, but we just couldn't put them away that game. But they had a really good goalkeeper.
Okay. Cool.
Kamrey, one word to describe this year's Richlands Wildcats.
One word.
Fun.
Fun. Awesome.
All right. Coach, one word to describe next year's squad.
Hardworking.
Hardworking. That's hyphenated. We'll give you that one. It's hyphenated. Favorite memory from your 4 years at Richlands?
This was probably, I think, my sophomore year, but me and my friends, it was an away game. I can't remember.
Do you know what she's getting ready to say? Okay.
Do you know what away game it was?
I don't remember what away game.
I can't remember what away game it was.
I think it was the playoff game.
Was this the one where Andy told on y'all?
Yes. He tattletale on us.
Who did?
Coach Andy.
Okay.
Well, me, Tori, and a few other girls. I think that's whenever Emma Stevens was on the team too.
I'm sure.
But we all went to Walmart. There was like this trail to go to Walmart through the soccer field, and we all went to Walmart and got a bunch of fruit and stuff. And then we came back, and Coach Andy saw our bags from Walmart, and then he went and tattletaled on Coach Roed, and we got in trouble the next day for going to Walmart.
Did you all at least win the game?
Did we win the game?
I think so.
I think we did end up winning the game.
Yeah.
All right. Favorite memory coaching Kamrey over these years. Favorite memory.
Favorite memory would have to be, I'm going to say, I met Kamrey during the summer league, 8th grade. Her 8th grade year after she graduated 8th grade and was going to go into 9th grade. So she was playing summer league. And I think it was against Swansboro. And we we needed a goal or needed something, and I think I pulled her out and we had a conversation about, that there's going to be a time when your team needs a goal. Can you go ahead and go get a goal? And I waited, I think, for 4 minutes till 4 minutes were left to really put the pressure on her to score 4. And she ended up scoring 2 goals in the 4 minutes. And I kind of was like, that's probably going to ingrain, because I think that was the first time I actually had a mental motivational talk with her. And I was like, yeah, she's going to be special.
In your mind, you're going, I'm going to love the next 4 years.
Yes.
That's awesome.
It was that moment I was like, yeah, she's gonna be a special player.
That's awesome.
So, Kamrey, the dream soccer player you'd want to train with for a day.
The dream soccer player.
Yeah, who's a soccer player that you would love to train with for one day?
Probably Messi or Ronaldo.
Okay.
I like them.
Coach, one piece of advice for the next Richlands player who wants to follow on her path.
Work hard.
Kamrey, message to the UNCW soccer program that you want to send out to them.
I'm excited to come up and play with you guys.
That's awesome. And Coach, my last one, Kamrey Watkins, one word.
Incredible.
All right, senior year, one word.
Exciting.
Exciting.
All right, I get 2 other quick ones.
Okay.
Who's the most funniest on the team from this past year, and who's the most serious?
Most funniest was probably Paris.
Uh-huh.
And serious.
By far.
Serious. I feel like Layla was most serious in a game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And then tell me about this new PK ritual. You changed it during the middle of the season.
Yeah, so I used to always go to one side and like just hit it on the ground, like hard on the ground. But I feel like I changed it to the other side and like curved it in this time. But I feel like that like was working better for me this year than the previous years.
Because Coach, I remember she told you, or she said, "Hey, I'm gonna try a new ritual," and you were like,
Right in the middle.
"Okay,
it
better work."
All right.
For a game, that's what you said.
Yeah, how about that?
Okay. Didn't know the other one was broken.
Well, that's a wrap on the 2026 Down East Prep Report, All Area Girls Soccer Edition. And what a season it was to cover. From the opening kickoff in early March all the way through the finals of state playoffs, this area put on a show from top to bottom. 3 full teams worth of talent, first, second, and third, and every one of those players earned their spot through hard work, dedication, and love for the game. Special salute to Kamrey Watkins, back-to-back Player of the Year, 3-time All-State selection, 3-time Coastal Conference Player of the Year, and an Onslow County record tier scorer. She's headed to UNC Wilmington, having left everything on the pitch and having done it all with humility and grace that made her as impressive off the field as she was on it. Coach Mike Roed and the entire Richlands program should be incredibly proud of what they've built this season and over the years. And to every coach, every parent, every fan who showed up and supported these young women on all of these teams throughout the spring, this is for you too. The future of girls soccer in our area is very, very, very bright. For Chris Miller, I'm Steve Goodson. Thank you for watching Down East Prep Report, and we'll see you next time. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you.